What's good, guys? Fantasy Joe back here with week one fantasy football content. The week is finally upon us. Super exciting. The fantasy season is here. Ready? If you guys are ready to win your league championship, though, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to bring you in season content, buy lows, sell highs, waiver wires, weekly rankings, all that good stuff. Plus, dynasty content, trades, all that good stuff. So yeah, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section down below. If you want to know, should I play this running back or should I play this wide receiver? I respond to all comments. Leave it down below. I'll help you with whatever you need for your starting lineup, help you get that dub. Not many fantasy football content creators out there doing that, but Fantasy Joe is. So without further ado, though, let's get into these rankings. Okay, so number one, no surprise. He's got a really strong matchup week one against the New York Jets, Christian McCaffrey. At two, I've got Dalvin Cook against the Bengals. At three, Derrick Henry against the Cardinals. And at four, Alvin Kamara against the Packers. No real big explanations here. These are all studs with pretty good matchups. All those are no doubt plays, obviously. Number five might be a bit of a surprise having him this highly ranked. I just think he's going to get a big chunk of that volume. I think this offense is going to tear right through this Texans team, and he's going to be a very strong player. I think he's got a great chance of punching a touchdown. So I've got James Robinson at five. At six, we've got Jonathan Taylor against the Seahawks. I just think Jonathan Taylor's going to get it going. It sounds like they're going to have Quentin Nelson and Carson Wentz week one. How good will the offense be? That'll be question mark, but the Seahawks team struggled defensively last year. So I think Jonathan Taylor will be able to get it going with that offensive line this week. I got Antonio Gibson at 7 against the Chargers. Aaron Jones at 8 against the Saints. I'm not scared of that Saints defense with a guy like Aaron Jones. You just drafted him so highly, you have to plug him in there and play him. I think he's going to get enough volume in a big game against New Orleans. They do have a great defense, but I think he's still a top 10 play. At 9, I've got Nick Chubb against the Chiefs. And they're a pretty solid defense, but I think he's just going to get so much volume. I'm ready to play him. Maybe the guy I've moved down the farthest on this list is number 10 here, Ezekiel Elliott against Tampa Bay. We saw what they did to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I just think they've got a strong front seven, and they fly around to the ball. And I think the Cowboys might go down early, which Zeke still is going to be fine and going to get receptions if they do. But that's just why I have him at 10. Najee Harris, I have 11 against the Bills. Just think he's going to get a ton of volume. That Pittsburgh Steelers offense is pretty solid in the offseason. As long as that offensive line is all right, I think Najee Harris is due for a really big year. Might be another surprise. Gus Edwards, I have him ranked really highly against the Raiders. They put in a claim to try to get Royce Freeman. They didn't get him. I see him getting a ton of volume this week on Monday Night Football against the Raiders. I have him as a top 12 play RB1 this week. I just have a lot of faith in that matchup. Austin Eckler against the Washington football team, I have at 13. Clyde Edwards-Helaire against the Cleveland Browns at 14. They both are playing really good defenses, but they're still really good backs in great situations. Raheem Mostert, I have at 15 against the Detroit Lions. I think he's a really strong play. I think he's going to get a ton of the work, especially early in the season, especially if they're rotating quarterbacks or, playing Trey Lance. If they start Trey Lance, I think the run game will be heavily featured against that Detroit Lions defense. They've got a solid front seven. They drafted some defensive linemen, but I still just think that the 49ers rushing attack will be too much. At 16, I've got Joe Mixon from Minnesota. Sure, I think the Minnesota defense will be better this year, but I don't think they'll be great. I think Joe Mixon's a strong play this week. 17, David Montgomery against the Rams. I think I'd probably rate David Montgomery a little bit higher, but I just think this Rams defense is tough, so that's why I have him at 17. 18, we have Miles Sanders with a very favorable matchup against the Falcons. 19, Chris Carson against the Colts. 20, Saquon Barkley against the Broncos. Again, Saquon's a guy I think I would probably rank a little bit higher, but there's, all these rumors about whether or not he's going to there's still, I guess, a question mark whether he'll play or not. It sounds like he's going to play, though. But I worry about how many touches he's going to get. I expect him to be limited, and the Broncos are no slouches on the defensive side of the ball by any means, so that's why I have him at 20. 21, I've got Darrell Henderson. I think everyone should fire Darrell Henderson up week one if you've got him, unless you have three better options or you on this list. I have confidence in him going in week one. I think he's going to get the lion's share of the work. The Bears do have a good defense, but that's why I have him ranked at 21. Fire up Darrell Henderson in your leagues. Chase Edmonds, I have at 22 against the Titans. Josh Jacobs at 23 against the Ravens. He'd probably be a little higher too. Again, I think that Ravens defense is going to get after that Raiders offensive line this year. Although the Ravens don't look as good up front as they have in recent years, I just think that Raiders offensive line is pretty bad. Myles Gaskin against the Patriots, another tough matchup. I think he'll get the passing down work. That's what broke the tie between me and Damian Harris, who I think it's going to get more rushing volume, but obviously it's not going to be as big of a pass catcher. At least I don't expect him to be. Mike Davis against the Eagles. We've got Ronald Jones against the Cowboys. I think I really want to play one of these Tampa Bay Buccaneers running backs, and I'd have one of them ranked a lot higher, I think, if I knew whether it be Leonard Fournette or Ronald Jones. If Giovanni Bernard misses this game, I think you can fire them both up. Again, especially against this Cowboys defense, I think they'll run all over them, and I think both of them could have good games for fantasy. At 28, I've got Melvin Gordon facing off against the Giants. I think he'll be the lead back, but the Giants defense is pretty solid, and I think Javonte Williams will get touches as well. 29, I've got Jamal Williams. I think he's going to start. You don't see DeAndre Swift listed here just because I don't know if he's going to play or not. I'm recording this on a Sunday, trying to get it out to you guys as early as possible Monday morning or wherever, and I release it. So I've got Jamal Williams. It's just a tough matchup. They've got a good offensive line in Detroit, but this 49ers defense is no joke, so that's why I have him ranked accordingly. 30, I've got Kareem Hunt against the Chiefs. 31, James Conner against the Titans. Just think he's got a good chance of punching in a touchdown. 32, Philip Lindsay against the Jaguars. Again, whoever is going to be the starting running back for that Texans team, I think I would normally rate a lot higher than 32 if they were playing the Jaguars. But again, I don't know if that's going to be Mark Ingram, if that's going to be Philip Lindsay, or if David Johnson is going to be the guy after all. It's sounding like it's not going to be David Johnson. That's why I have him ranked accordingly. But if I had to take my chance, I'd take my chance on the most talented guy in that backfield, Philip Lindsay. Number 33, I've got Zach Moss facing off against the Steelers. I think he's going to be the pass-catching down work. I would get the majority of it, the goal line work for them, which is the most valuable thing for fantasy in the running backfield, obviously. So I have him at 33, but it's a tough matchup against the Steelers. The one thing that would affect this if J.J. Watt ends up not playing, I think you could bump him up a little bit more as well. Nyheim Hines against the Seahawks. I think there was a report yesterday they're trying to get him more touches. I think he's a solid play this week. Trey Sermon, I have at 35 against the Lions. I think he'll get some touches. He could get 10 touches and be solid with the way we've seen this run game working. 36, Javonte Williams. Again, he'd probably be a little higher. He's going to be splitting work, and he's against the Giants defense. 37, Leonard Fournette. Again, if Gio misses, I think he gets a bump. James White against the Dolphins, Sony Michel against the Bears, and we round it out with Devin Singletary against the Steelers. If you guys have made it to this point in the video, please leave a like on the video. Let me know if any start-sit decisions you guys have, and I'll help you out. Hit that sub button. And yeah, just thank you guys, and thanks for watching. This has been Fantasy Joe.